Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I apologise for there being no podcast tonight. I'm running really behind at the moment. A number of things. Basically, I woke up this morning and decided to make a spontaneous video. An unplanned one. And I've been making that pretty much all day. And I wanted it to be released this evening. It's been a little difficult because once again, there's, well, not roadworks, but there's some sort of building or something going on the other side of the street. And for the life of me, it looked like a bunch of workmen stood in one skip throwing metal poles into another skip for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then there was a truck outside. It wasn't like so loud that it would have disturbed you, but it was loud enough that it interfered with the recording constantly. And then to top it off, last few hours I've been having internet issues. I've ended up just kind of rebooting absolutely everything. Router, modem, the lot, all the PCs. Got it all working again. But I've not even managed to upload today's video. I did upload it, only I noticed that the music balance was completely off. You just couldn't hear the music. So I'm like, crap. So then I got to re-render it. But it's one of those videos that takes really a long time to bloody well render for some odd reason. So I've got another 16 minutes. When that happens, I'm going to take a pause, actually, and upload it so that I can release it later. It's kind of annoying me. Internet issues in Norway. Oh, it was nothing to do with Norway. It was an internal thing. Couldn't quite figure it out. Not 1000% sure what the problem was, to be honest. I suspect it all started when I started playing around with the router because I'd lost Wi-Fi. I think my laptop is dying. It's making a funky sound with the fan. I mean, it's an old laptop at this point. It was sort of a pretty good laptop when I bought it, but it's actually all bent and distorted from what looks like heat. Like, it won't sit flat anymore. The base is kind of curved, but it's the fan now is making the worst sound. I have got a replacement fan that I ordered actually about 5 years ago when it did start making noises, but then the fan started working again. But I've got to open it up and figure out how the hell to replace a laptop fan. I've got a feeling it's actually just dying. So, yeah. Battery swelling up, definitely look into that. I get it, but to be honest, I think it'd be better off getting a new laptop at this point rather than replacing the battery. But it is a tad worrying. So, yeah. It's just a nice, thin, small little laptop that I have on one of these arms. So I can move it in and out of the way. But it's what I do all my communications with. Because I've got a gaming rig, obviously for gaming, nothing else. I've got a work rig, which is what does all the streaming and rendering. And that's for work. And then I got my laptop, which is for emails, bank stuff, finances, that type of stuff. So it's still a work PC, but it's not part of the streaming recording process. I guess the way to describe it is I've got a gaming PC, I've got a render stream PC, and I've got an admin laptop. Swelling batteries can explode, that's why you should have a look at it. I know. I'm just thinking replace the entire thing at this point. I mean, I don't know how much a new battery costs, but, you know. I mean, that is if it is the swelling battery. It's difficult to know for sure. It's not that big. But yeah, I mean, it could be actually, now that I look at where the swelling is. But as it, sooner rather than later, don't be on fire. Yeah, it's easy to say that, Sally Forth, but I mean, I don't know what to look for. And I wouldn't know what to do even if I did. Like, replacing batteries has got to be a tough one, right? got to be a tough one, replacing a battery. I've never done anything quite like that. Replacing a fan, I'd risk. Replacing a battery, I'm not completely sure to do. Should be easy. I mean, I got to take the whole thing apart, then try and find a battery. I got to get it. It's called a yoga. But honestly, I think the swelling's probably damaged other components in and out. Take to a shop. There's no shop that will do it fast enough. I mean, I'd need to wander up there and have them finished and be back so within a couple hours. I'd needed to fix it while I was there. That's just not how it works here. I'd have to leave it for 3 or 4 days. Which would essentially mean I'm away for 3 or 4 days. Basically. That's why I'm saying I honestly, genuinely, just by the looks of it, because it's pretty old now, and everything's looking a bit manky, I might just want to find myself a cheap laptop and scrap this thing.
Welcome, minion.
Like I said, everything... You know when things do swell like that? Pretty much everything inside gets damaged, doesn't it? Mouse with a blue hat. Thank you for the resub. Yeah. It's pretty easy. Assuming you can get to it in the first place. Shakes fist at 25 screws. Yeah, I mean, it's... I guess it's not the laptop. It's what you call a notebook. So they're not hugely easy to get into. But I'm pretty sure I can get in this. But once I do, once I open it, there's a good chance I'll never be able to close it again. I'll have to identify the part. Then I'll have to send off for it. And in that time, essentially, I will be out of touch. There'll be no Discord. There'll be no... I won't be able to do my finances or anything like that. Get the replacement part before opening. Yeah, the problem is you're assuming it's the battery and you're assuming that it's the only thing that's damaged. I gotta open it first, surely. Take a look at it.
Welcome, minion.
Then I gotta order the part. And if I can't close it again once I've opened it, then I'm... The last laptop you had literally flip a catch and the battery falls out. It might be, but it'll probably take me an hour to get into this thing. When I was originally checking the fan, it took me one hell of a while to get into it and open things up. So... Replace the laptop, get the fan out. Well, I mean, basically, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just get myself the cheapest laptop I can find and just start using it, transfer everything across, and then just... I mean, at that point, I might then open it up and see if I can find a cheap battery, and then I've got a spare laptop. It's kind of like I've currently got 2 mice. One that's in the process of dying a little bit, and one that I'm using now when I do Let's Plays, because it isn't dying, but I'll keep this other one as a spare mouse. I always like to have a spare of something. So... New laptops are made not to be opened. Yeah, and this is one of those notebooks. They're just kind of a bit... They're not... I did open it. It wasn't that bad. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just looking at the slight bulging, thinking, once I open it, I'm not closing it. So, yeah. I'll probably just get one and then use this as a spare. If I can fix it again. I mean, there's a big if right there. It's a nice laptop, though. It really was. I got it thinking that, you know, I've got something that's small enough to take with me if I go on any trips, that type of thing. And it does a good job of that. But honestly, it's probably more than I need. I mean, it's got a really good monitor, but I don't do anything on it except bloody, like emails and stuff like this. Well, that's not necessarily true, actually. When we go on holiday, I actually use it sometimes to watch the Formula 1. So having a nice screen's good for that, but that is not a particular priority. No, it's not. Anyway. Anyway, we're not having a podcast. We're not having a podcast. So we probably should start. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. If it's the battery, please be careful. Those things are serious fire hazards. Oh yeah, I know. So I've been turning it off pretty much all the time. If I'm not doing some emails on it right now, I'd turn it off. I've got it on now just so that I can look at the Discord channel. I can actually run Discord on the render rig. That's okay, but I can't see it while streaming because I'm looking at everything else. Yeah. Oh, this video's taking forever to render. It's only a 12-minute, 13-minute video. Basically, a brief history of Leonard. For people who want to start watching my Skyrim Let's Play, but don't want to be going back and watching 10 seasons of Leonard. And I can't blame them for that. So, did you get all the spells memorized? What are we talking about now? How long is the East Empire Company special? It's going to be 1 hour. Roughly. I was thinking of splitting it into 2 parts, but honestly it just felt a little unnecessary with what it is. It's such a one-off, and it's going to be for a more unique audience, I think, than a general audience, that I thought, hell, just put it all as a big 1 hour special, and then people can, you know, do with it as they wish. Ramsden 2K20, thank you for the £10 super chat. Here's to a great channel, finally playing modded Skyrim after all these years, and you, sir, are one of the influential forces behind that decision. All the best. You are more than welcome. Still trying to get my own son into Skyrim, believe it or not. Failing. Apparently Skyrim holds nothing compared to Roblox. My daughter's boyfriend is also a PC gamer, and he's got a reasonable PC. He's running a 1070, and when he found out that my son has a PC that he just plays Roblox on, and that's pretty much it, and it's got a 3090 in it, you could see it break his heart. Poor lad. I mean, I've got a 1080 Ti in the render rig just to help with streaming. Honestly, I should just take that out and put it in my son's machine. It's Roblox, for crying out loud. Roblox! The only other thing he played on it that really ever pushed it was he played Portal at like 390 frames a second. I've just told him, you know, you got a machine that could play loads of these absolutely awe-inspiring games. Play this, play that. Roblox. Bloody Roblox. Roblox phase will pass, you think? I wouldn't bet on it. He's learning to program Roblox and make games within it. Give me a second, guys. I need a t-shirt. It's bloody hot. This is the problem with streaming and rendering a video at the same time with all the doors closed. Oy, 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 oy. I mean, look, here's the thing. He's only got my 3090 because it's my spare graphics card in case one breaks. As I say, I always like to have a spare of everything as a just in case. You know, because, like, for example, if my graphics card goes either in the render rig or the gaming rig, it could take me a while to get a replacement. It could take weeks, depending on what I'm going for. So, depending whether I've got the money. I mean, that's the thing. If the 4090 died, I'm putting the 3090 back in, and this, I'm going to be nervous for a while. Oh, take some water. Right, okay, so we should definitely get on with actually playing the game today, I'm thinking. Although, let me have a look at this. 4 minute. Oh, do you mind if I just tread water with you guys, chatting for about 4.5 minutes? That way I can at least, when this thing finishes rendering, I can start uploading it. So when this stream ends, I can release today's video about 9 hours late. This is the problem when you get an idea and think, yes, I'm going to make an unplanned video. I can make it in a day, no problem. How does he not know we're mainly here for the rant? Well, some of you might be. You're just glad to be here in time. I make the mistake of starting up Skyrim again, and now I can't stop. It's how it is. That is one of the things with Skyrim. It's got a magic that I hate to say they've not captured since. Fallout 4 is pretty good. Fallout 4 is pretty good. But it just doesn't have the magic that Skyrim has. There's something about the world they built with Skyrim. A lot of it comes down to the verticality, I think. I think it was a great choice for that particular time to pick Skyrim with its mountains and different sort of biomes, as it were. But yeah, there's something about it. It's one of those games where I just love traveling around. It's one of the reasons I would never really think of using fast travel that much in Skyrim. I mean, I use the carts, obviously, but I just love getting on the horse and just riding around a little bit. Do you know what it reminds me of, in a way? Another game that's done that to me. Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, in many ways, was so much better than The Witcher for me to just want to wander around. Witcher 3 was an absolutely superb game, but I never really got the wanderlust urge in that game for some reason. I never just wanted to ride around. I always wanted to do things. Whereas in Cyberpunk, one of my favourite parts is going between places, between the jobs, in my car. Just love that. Absolutely love that. It's the journey, not the destination. This is one of the reasons Starfield, I think, was such a major flop for a lot of people. And a disappointment even to people like myself who still enjoyed the game. I was actually, seeing as I'm allowed to be distracted here, I was actually thinking about this the other day because I did some testing around on some of the content I've never done on Starfield. It was back when we were just talking about it in Shattered Space. And I tried some of the side quests and things, and the Ryujin main quest that's in Neon. And I realised I utterly hate Neon City. I mean, I detest doing quests there. At first I was thinking, wow, the quests in Neon suck. But then I started to think about it and thinking, alright, what is it about the quests that sucks? Well, I just get sent somewhere and I kill some people and I take something and I come back. And I'm like, yeah, you just described most quests in Skyrim and Fallout 4. And indeed, actually, pretty much every RPG you ever play. I mean, that pretty much sums up most of the quests and gigs and things like that in Cyberpunk. So why are you hating the ones in Neon? And I realise it's because I don't know if any of you've tried the quests. You'll start off in in, like, the Ryujin Tower or something. You'll get a quest, and you'll have to run downstairs, zone out into the main thing, then immediately run, like, for about 15 seconds to go to Ebside, where you zone in, and then you run for another 15 seconds to go to the underbelly thing, and then you zone in, and then you run forward, you do the one thing you gotta do, and then you turn around and you backtrack and you do the whole thing. And you feel like you've run about 150 metres max, but you've bloody well hit a loading screen about 9 times. And I'm like, this is just, and it's loading screen fatigue. But it isn't even just that. Neon City, which should be one of my favourite cities, looking at how bright and colourful and, you know, gritty it's supposed to feel, it actually doesn't feel gritty. So I started looking around, and I noticed that it's kind of boring. There doesn't seem to be any sense that the people live there. And then I started thinking about something else that I've noticed with Starfield and really find annoying. It's a massive step backwards from Fallout 4 and Skyrim when it comes to the NPCs. There's so many more of them now, which is great. They've improved the engine so they can handle more of them, but the NPCs have no AI. They have no day-night cycle. They have no life at all. Reminds me of the Outer Worlds. So the whole thing together in Neon, the lifeless NPCs, this sort of very boring place. When you actually wander around and look at it, it just doesn't seem to have the love and attention or the soul that even something like Aquila City has. Now, New Atlantis has this problem to some degree. I've always felt that New Atlantis felt very flat and bland. I don't know why. I think it's just too big for the amount of people that are there for a start. But it doesn't have the telltale signs of living there. It's weird. Aquila feels much better, in my opinion. Random Undead Jester, thank you for the £20 super chat. Hi pal, hope you're doing well and think whatever it ends up being, realise there will be a Beyond Skyrim Let's Play, or is it more of a solo adventure for yourself? Oh, if Beyond Skyrim releases some stuff, I'll probably do it. Hell, I may even do Beyond Skyrim Bruma with Leonard one day. Very possible. It's very difficult to do the AI schedules in Starfield. I don't know why though, Anoptium. My first problem I thought of was, well, the day-night cycles are not going to be 24 hours. But, yeah, you'd have to account for that, I guess. But for example, it's the real estate. Well, I'm not totally sure what that means. But for example, there's a shopkeeper in a shop, and they're there 24/7. Why can't they just bugger off somewhere and go to sleep? You don't even need to actually have a full life cycle the way you do in Skyrim. You could fake it and just have them disappear into the back. But, you know. Right, my video has stopped. Let's get this uploaded now. Alright. Upload videos. There's no physical spaces for even named NPCs to go to sleep like there was. Well, yeah, this is what I'm getting at, though. That's the problem. That is the problem. They should have made somewhere where they could do that. Even if it was a place that's completely inaccessible to the player, and they just went, they went into an elevator and they magically teleported to somewhere the player could never go. They should have done something, because it makes the place feel unlived in. But it goes beyond just the NPCs as well. There is something about Aquila City that does not feel like a city. Aquila, I think, was a much better place. I think Aquila was much, much better. Honestly, I think Skyrim was probably the pinnacle of Bethesda's world building and making that world feel lived in. Fallout 4 was pretty good as well, but I think Skyrim, it hit the perfect sweet spot of believable and lived in. More so than their previous games, Oblivion and Morrowind, because, of course, they shared the same problem, but they're older games, so it was like a step forward with Skyrim, and then, well, what feels a bit like a step backwards with Starfield. So Starfield cities feel like theme parks with performers rather than inhabitants. Yeah, do you know how I described it? Do you know how I described it in The Outer Worlds? This was one of my criticisms of Obsidian's The Outer Worlds. Everywhere felt like a stage filled with actors waiting to speak their lines to the audience, where you, the player, are that audience. That is how it felt. And that, to me, is part of the pleasure of going back to Skyrim. Now, here's the problem with what I just said. You could actually argue Cyberpunk and The Witcher had the same problem. And that is absolutely true. It is. It's absolutely true. For some reason, it wasn't as noticeable. And I suspect that's because of, you know, well, it could be 1,000 things, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure. But it is missing from those games. But again, I for some reason, I didn't notice it as much as I say notice in Starfield. Some NPCs have day-night cycles on Mars, so I don't understand. Yes, they do. Actually, that is very true. Not the actual main side quest people, but some of the small side quest people. The ones that appear where it says, go find such and such a person and ask that, if they need help. Those ones. You're right. Mars has it. I want to tell you what, now that you say it, Sidonia is one of the places I actually feel has a more real, lived-in feeling to it. It actually does. Sidonia does feel more lived in, but that's for a variety of reasons. There's something almost believable about Sidonia. I'd say Sidonia and Aquila are two examples of them doing it reasonably well, whereas Aquila City, New Atlantis and especially Neon, just it was very stark when I was playing these and trying to, you know, trying to put my finger on what was bugging the snot out of me. Okay, just let me, I'm sorting out this video, uploading today, and I've got to delete the old one. Otherwise, YouTube just goes, this is the exact same as when you uploaded, even though the music's slightly different volume. Because we don't judge it by the volume, we only judge it by the video. Do I sound salty sometimes with, with the stuff I'm getting from them? Alright, so yeah, if I sound ever so slightly distracted, that's because I'm live streaming the admin process. I do apologise for this. Just been one hell of a day. It's been a real busy day. Had to go to parent-teacher meeting as well. Not for bad reasons, just standard one with one of the kids. Running around like a madman. Alright, I think I've got it all done. Let's just do this. Add super. It's probably got a little bit of violence in there now that I think about it. Submit the rating. Importing. Oh god. Okay, I think I got it. I'm saving it. Once it's all processed, I will release this after the stream. Thank you for your patience. I do appreciate that. Alright. Here we go. Amazing how Red Dead Redemption 2 did most of the things perfectly. It's a 5-year-old game. Well, yeah, I mean, Red Dead did do it well, but so did Skyrim. Again, it's one of the things that you do, you sort of notice. you play Skyrim and you know, you return to Whiterun only to find the person you need to talk to is in bed and his door's locked. So, you know, like, do I wake him up? Do I break into his house and wake him up? Or do I wait for the next day? Little things like that really help. They make the world feel real, lived in. They make the people there feel real. Anyway. But yeah, part of the problem with doing quests in Neon is sheer loading screen fatigue. It's probably the worst part in the game. And I think I because I didn't do Neon actually very much in my original playthrough, didn't actually realise how bad it could be outside of space travel. Because I kind of knew it was bad in space travel because you do. After about 50 hours, you get fairly fed up with the space travel routine. But at least with the space travel routine, there's some feeling of epicness. Even after playing quite a while, there's something cool about jumping into space and that little graphic and everything. But I do remember getting a little bit fed up of doing stuff around New Atlantis. It's a bit of a pain. But nothing like running around Neon doing the quests. That's just bloody aggravating. One of the things they absolutely need to get right, well, I say this, I'm sounding like the internet now. One of the things I truly hope they get right in Elder Scrolls 6 is a reduction in loading screens. I don't want to be running around a city and getting loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. Like if I'm in Whiterun or I'm in Solitude, I don't need a loading screen to get from one bit of the city to the next. Because that's what it is in Neon. You're basically running... There was one quest that was on the Underbelly, and I had to go from the Underbelly to the other side of Ebbside. But the quickest path to it was to actually go from the Underbelly to Ebbside, Ebbside to the core to Ebbside. So it's like, oh my god! It was quicker to do that than to run all the way round, which you could do, but you wouldn't. Oh, it was annoying. Baldur's Gate 3 has just a lot of set dressing characters, but they're many varied. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't have a day-night cycle. That's absolutely true. But I don't play Baldur's Gate to get that lived-in immersive feeling, if you know what I mean. You don't wander around Baldur's Gate and watch the sun go down and think, ooh, I should go and get a room at the inn and then come out and you know what I mean? It's Baldur's Gate is very gamey in the way it handles things like this, so it's not even trying. It's not that kind of game. So I'm not looking for it either. Here's a question nobody's ever asked. What's your favourite loading screen? Yeah, I mean... Honestly... I'm hoping Bethesda does in fact do a little more work on the engine. I mean, I know they're going to use the same engine. I know they're going to use the same engine. But I'm hoping one of the things they're looking into is being able to have wider, bigger cities, bigger world spaces without the loading screens. The way they do when you travel around Skyrim, for example. It loads in cells off in the distance. And yes, sometimes you get a bit of popping in. But I think in a city, that wouldn't be as big of a problem. I'd rather have... And it would be a lot easier to hide. I mean, look at Neon. Really, having loading screens feels unnecessary. You could use it like the cells in the outside world and transition from one to another. And you'd never see the popping because there's just so many buildings in your way. I think they need to work on their engine for that. I say need. I'm doing it again. I'm being the internet. I would like them to do that. Depends on the game's background. For a CRPG and D&D fan, Baldur's Gate feels lived in. Not sure what you mean by that. What we're talking about here is like this feeling that the people have a life without you. That, you know, if you sat there on a bench for an hour, life would go on regardless. Whereas in Baldur's Gate, that is not in fact the case. I mean, it can be in Dungeons and Dragons, tabletop, etc. Because your D&D, your dungeon master could mimic that. But in Baldur's Gate, if you sit there on a bench for an hour with your computer running, nothing will change. There's no day and night cycle unless you allow it. It's you decide when the day moves, sort of thing. And I think that's the thing with Skyrim. There is this feeling that life is going on around you. Red Dead Redemption 2 is another really good example. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a superb example of it as well, where the world is going on around you regardless of what you do. Regardless of what you do. And I think I prefer that for a game like Skyrim, for Bethesda Game Studios type games, than not. Anyway! Got my video uploading. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Sorry about that, guys. Just been one of those days. Oh, we were in the sewers, weren't we? I have a level up on the team. Oh, I do! We should level up. We should do the leveling up. We should do the leveling up. We should. It feels weird leveling up here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do... No. Where is it? Exit. This! It feels weird leveling up. I mean, it feels weird magically transporting to a camp outside. But I'm kind of used to it with Baldur's Gate at this point. I've given up trying to make sense of that. This just feels...
Who will ever believe this?
Just feels better. Feels better. Level up! Level 12 Bard. Now this is the highest level I can ever be, right? Huh. Interesting. I gained a spell. I can replace a spell. We definitely need to replace some spells. We definitely do. Like the spells that just are useless for me. I mean, I'm not even liking Otto's Irresistible Dance. Honestly. But what else do I have? Eye Bite. It's a concentration spell, don't want it. Dominate Person. Concentration, do I want it? Planar Binding. I don't know what I want. Seeming. Mask your wounds. Freedom of movement. Yeah, I've no idea what I want. The only level 6 spell I have is Eye Bite. Is Eye Bite any good? Before I... Oh, schmoly. No. What am I... God, I hate... Nothing does what I think it should do. Come here. So I went in there, pressed escape, hoping it would go up. Let's do the replace spell. What am I going to replace? I've currently got Otto's Irresistible Dance. And I like the idea of that, but it didn't work very well. Hold Monster. Is Concentration? Have I used it yet? I believe I might have used it once. Confusion. Yet another concentration spell. I've used that once. Fear. I don't believe I've ever used it, but it's nice having a level 3 spell. Glyph of Warning I have used. Cloud of Daggers, do I ever use that anymore? I don't think so. Enhance Ability I do. Hold Person could be useful. Silence I've definitely used. I've got too many concentration spells. Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire, honestly, wasn't as useful as I thought it would be. Featherfall keeping. Healing Word keeping. Cloud of Daggers. Here's the thing. If I lose Cloud of Daggers, I feel like I will suddenly find a need for it. Which is annoying. Where's Haste? Don't I have Haste? Ah, it's not one of my Bard skills, is it? But maybe I should just drop Cloud of Daggers and change it. What should I take instead? Greater restoration. Mass cure. No. Planar binding. What's this? Polymorph. Transform a creature into a harmless sheep. I'm betting I've got practically zero chance of doing that, right? Stinking cloud. Just sounds wrong. Hypnotic pattern again. Concentration. There's too many concentration. Blind. Blind a creature. Attack rolls against it have advantage and the foe attacks with disadvantage. How good am I at that? Could blindness be one of those spells I could use? It doesn't require concentration. Shatter is good. Alright. I'll find Shatter eventually. Crown of Madness. Concentration. Detect thoughts already got. Enthrall. Reduce a creature's peripheral vision and make it look at you. No, thank you. Heat, metal, concentration, invisibility, concentration, knock. No. Okay, lesser restoration, phantasmal force, concentration, see invisibility. Oh, I've been using a lot of see invisibility potions, have I not? I'm going to run out of them. I'm going to run out of them. Shatter. Damages all nearby creatures and objects. Creatures made of inorganic material such as stone have a disadvantage on their saving throws. That does look good. I will admit that actually looks quite good. Okay, so let's just say I replaced Cloud of Daggers with Shatter. Okay? Let's say I do that. And then I take... what? I mean, the Shatter gives me a decent enough damage one, but assuming they don't make... I keep failing saving throws. But honestly, could see invisibility be a good one? I've used quite a few potions to be able to do this, but I feel like maybe it... Oh, and this lasts until long rest, doesn't it? So does that... Basically, I cast it, and then I will be able to see invisibility as if I had the elixir on. Thunderwave is really good. I mean, it is, but again, evocation spells, probably not going to be... Yeah... Heat Metal is also a concentration spell, though. I've got too many concentration crowd control spells. And I'm honestly, I just don't do damage anyway. I'm thinking see invisibility. Dimension Door is a good ability. I actually had that for a while and then just didn't use it enough. Choices pending. Feet! Okay, what feet? I don't need... that, right. This is my last feat. This is my last feat. I've got to make this one work. Depends how many potions you have. Well, I used 2. I think I had 2 left. But honestly, I'm just thinking having invisibility on, period. See, invisibility is good. Dexterity and Constitution. Why? I can't remember what my... Oh. Oh! You mean so I get... Well, I'm wearing mid-armor. Do I get bonuses from 16 dexterity? Do I actually get bonuses from dexterity? Crossbow expert. Defensive duelist. Must not do it this way, but with your hat, you could have 22 charisma. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? I've got... What have I got in charisma? Don't I actually have 20 charisma? And the hat gives me 22? You get +1 initiative. What, from dexterity? Okay. Let's have a look. Can you reset? Yes, you can. Dungeon delving... You gain advantage on perception checks made to detect hidden objects and saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. See, honestly, I'm beginning to see why this one is actually so damned useful. Heavily armoured, lightly armoured, lucky. With gain 3 luck points. The hat raises the limit to 22, gives +2. Right, but I think my charisma was already 20, so with the hat it's actually 22, isn't it? Or is it only 18 and the hat made it 20? I can't remember, that's the problem. Mage Slay. Lucky, I was reading Lucky. You gain 3 luck points which you could use to gain advantage on attack rolls, ability checks or saving throws, or make an enemy re-roll their attack rolls. Sounds fun actually, but I doubt it's that good. Resilient Constitution. I'll have a look at it. Oh! +1 con for saving throws on concentration spells. I can see why that might be nice. You learn... Oh, cantrips. Yeah. Cantrips could be nice, couldn't they? Martial Adept. No. Mobile. Moderately armoured. Let's have a look. Performer. I get automatically. Polearm Master. Resilient. Increase an ability by 1 to a maximum of 20 and gain proficiency in that ability saving throws. If I did that on Constitution, would I become very hard to break concentration, so to speak? Shieldmaster skilled. You gain proficiency in 3 skills of your choice. I have got to be honest with you. There is a little side of me. If I click this, it tells me there's a little side of me kind of wants that. And to pick religion. What else? Oh, these are already chosen. Like, choose religion, nature, and medicine. I sort of... It's basically +5 to concentration saving throws. I sort of like the idea of me being a fountain of knowledge, if that makes sense. I've already got history. I have half proficiency. I know I do. I know. Spell Sniper. Okay, now. Tavern Tough. Warcaster. You gain advantage on saving throws to maintain a concentration spell. You also use a reaction to cast... Ah, right, so that gives advantage on... That doesn't seem to be any better than Resilient, though. Not Resilient. It wasn't Resilient. What was it that made me... Yeah, no, that's the one, wasn't it? And you gain proficiency in that ability's saving throws. Does that affect concentration? I don't think it does it? It's better, but your constitution is pretty low to begin with. Right. Should I just do this and round out dexterity and constitution? Warcaster gives advantage. Yeah, if you choose constitution, it does affect concentration. I mean, if I round those off, do I get the dexterity bonus wearing the armor I'm wearing? I probably do, don't I? So if I did this... Oh no, that is it. No, I don't get +3, do I? I don't get +3 because this is medium armor. So I don't actually gain any benefit from that. It would actually be better for me to take... What was it? Con is the skill you throw to maintain constitution. Yeah. So... Resilient, if I did constitution there, that would give me the extra constitution point. But also gives me proficiency. What does proficiency in that ability saving throws mean? Does that mean I actually gain a bonus to my saving throw versus concentration as well? I mean, still sounds boring. this level, it means +4 to Constitution saves, which is pretty good, right? It's pretty good. Would that help? Or would I be better off doing the whole gain advantage to it instead? It's just the +1 Constitution also gives me a little bit more health as well, doesn't it? Better dex makes your bow and main weapon more accurate. I don't hit with weapons, so that's really pointless, I think. I don't. I'll go with resilient. That way, at least, I am going to be better at constitution throws. I will be a little tougher. Wisdom is more important to prevent paralysis. I don't get paralyzed very often. So, yeah, let's just do that. Let's do that. Let's go. Otherwise, we'll be here all day arguing about it. Okay. So, our cleric has got no new spells. I guess it doesn't really matter. She takes the one she wants. She's got a new feat, though. What feat should she take? Should she take 2 points of wisdom? She doesn't actually have any. Wait. Would giving her Warcaster be a major advantage? I feel like Warcaster for her would be a massive advantage. She's already... I mean, her constitution's reasonably high. I feel like Warcaster is just... You gain advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration. You can also use a reaction to cast Shocking Grasp at a target moving out of melee range. Doesn't she already have a few of those? I think she's already got a few. You know what? She's got more options. All right. Who else have I got with me? Hystarion! A new feat for you! What shall it be? That's crossbow expert. Is he still using crossbows, or did I switch him to a bow? Defensive duelist while wielding a finesse weapon you are proficient with. You can use a reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your arm. Oh, good God, that's complicated. Dual wielder. Wait. He's got gloves that make him better at dual wielding, but it's not the same as the dual wielder thing, is it? You can use 2 weapon fighting even if your weapons aren't light, and gain a +1 bonus to armor class while wielding a melee weapon in each hand. You cannot... Oh, no. This would really only be useful if he starts using 2 rapiers, but he's already got short swords and knives that are pretty damned... well... amazing, right? So I'm not sure how much benefit he would get from this. I'd need to change his weapons, and honestly at this point I feel like we're heading down a whole... yeah. Mage Slayer. I don't know what else. Martial at it. Mobile. Your movement speed increases and your difficulty terrain does not slow you down when you dash. If you move after making a melee attack, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from your target. Oh. Yeah, I can't remember if I've got Hystarion using a bow or a bloody... Oh, I can escape out, actually, can't I? And I don't lose everything we've done so far with everyone else. Am I using a bow with him now? I just feel like mobile might actually be the thing for him. I mean, he's basically then able to just run around and stab everyone. But he has to move after making a melee attack. So he has to stab them and then move away. I can imagine that is actually quite useful for him to just get in there, stab, 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 and then run away so someone else can obliterate. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I don't use him that much anymore with a bow. I don't even, to the point where I don't even know if he's using a bow or a bloody crossbow at this point. So I'm thinking mobile. I'm saying we go mobile. And I'm going to check whether I missed the bow on him. Oh! Oh, do I get... Oh, we swapped. Right. We now have Karlak with us. Right. Yeah. Sorry, I completely forgot about that. Must remember, we've got a number of things to do with her. Feet. All right. She's 20 strength. Would it be worth giving her just 2 points in strength? Oh, no. Maximum of 20. Crap. I forgot about that. Actor, alert. Can't be surprised. Athlete. Strength and dexterity. No. Charger. Crossbow. Defensive. Dual wielder. No. Dungeon delver. Durable. Your constitution increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. You regain full hit points each time you take a short rest. Oh, you know what? Increasing her constitution could be useful. Constitution increase. Dexterity's not that useful for her because she's currently wearing gloves that give her 18 dexterity regardless. Otherwise, I'd take ability improvement and that would pimp it a little bit. But unless I'm going to lose those gauntlets, is there a chance I will lose those gauntlets? If so, I could just take both just to make sure that if I get some gauntlets to replace it, she doesn't lose that much. I'm just wondering whether durable's a better option purely because she regains full hit points. Nah, that's... To be honest with you, if we ever get to that point, we'll just use some potions. I'm just going to have a quick look. Polearm Master Resilient. If she keeps wearing clothing, plus con plus dex, there may be better gloves down the line. Maybe, but those gloves do give her 18 dexterity, which is, well, 2 extra armor class right there. Okay, you know what? Let's do this then, just so that we keep our options open. She's going to gain 1 armor class from Constitution, plus she'll be tougher. And we have the options now. Alright. Okay. What was he using? No, I've changed him to bow. I changed him to bow because this bow gives him increased critical chance, basically. And I don't do it for his bow use. I do it because actually, he's worse with a bow than he is with a handheld crossbows because, well, he gets multiple bonus actions. But this just makes him a stabby
monster.
Which was kind of what I was going for with him.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more
interesting
times.
We've done the leveling up. Well, for these 4. Now, we should actually get something done. We are all immune to poison and disease, right? Did we come down here? No, we didn't. The thing is... Oh, wait. I feel like we should just jump up there, but right now I'm just gonna... Oh god, I just realised. The fire myrmidons, could that make the noxious fumes explode? I mean, it didn't, so I suppose I should be glad. Okay, well, it seems like...
Another step forward.
This... Oh! Could the summons get poisoned? I can't remember if we buffed them. I mean, the ghouls shouldn't. Scroll of Detect Thoughts. Pouch. Wooden chest. Send that to a Darian for now. Wispweed. I believe that's for me. Thank you very much. And then a bunch of travelers' chests. Yeah, not really a lot going on here. What is this? Invasion plans, Baldur's Gate, Sword Coast. Patient log, Duke Boleyn's Stelmane.
Here goes nothing.
Are we hearing zombies or our ghouls? Not sure. A journal stamped with the official seal of Duke Boleyn Stelmane. It appears to be the attendance log of the care given during the Duke's ongoing illness. The most recent entries detail a deterioration in the Duke's condition. Can't explain the relapse. Duke lacks appetite, awareness, or interest in anything. Occasionally asks after visitor, which I suspect might be the cause of current condition. Duke used to receive visitor in private every 10 day. Always hooded and cloaked. Always shown in and left to attend Duke privately. No luck in finding. Oddly enough, can't recall visitor's gender. Or even stature. Could be half-orc or halfling, for all I know. Guess again? Hoping for their return, visits appeared to ease the Duke's mind and body greatly. So, that didn't get me anywhere. I need, basically, to get up there. Am I going to have to fly up there? You see, could there be other ways through? See, that does not look like it will take me there. I mean, can't get there. No. I feel like that's where we're supposed to be going. And I think this means I'm going to have to do a little bit of Githyanki jumping. Let's just see who can and cannot get up there
charmer.
by themselves. Oh, of course you can get up there. Of course you can. Astarion. You're going to let us show you up like that?
Come on, let's go.
Now,
Never a dull moment.
I should be able to get up there with Githyanki jump.
All right. What now?
A long way to go still.
Can you get up here? No. Oh,
Let's see this done.
yes you can. Come on, Astarion. Astarion.
Keep a blade close.
There's got to be a way up there, mate. You got to be able to get up there. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You not enough space. Hey, not enough space we can handle. That we
This
could
way.
definitely handle.
Looking ahead.
We're going to have to try and get
Ready.
all of our
Careful, I bite.
dudes up there. Too high, too high. Oh, come on, Astarion. Really? Really? Fine. What does he have? He has Dimension Door, which seems... Oh. Where is it? He had... What did he have that gave him Misty Step? Wasn't that? Wasn't that. He did have something that gave him Misty Step, and I just can't remember exactly what it was. Glorious Vaulting Potion. No. He had an item that he wore that gave him Misty Step. It was an amulet, was it? It was an amulet. Where the hell's the amulet? Did I take it off him? I probably did, didn't I? I probably took it off him. Potion. I've got potions of flying. I suppose I could just use it. Alright. Fine, I guess. When else am I going to use it? Wait. Wait. Didn't I just drink it? Just had to... Oh, I've got to do that, have I? Okay. Yeah, the ghouls can make it up here, mate. You notice that? Right, what about you? Can you actually get up here? Yes. I think we got everyone. I say that. Watch me not be able to... Oh. Watch me not be able to go this way. Oh, I'm probably not supposed to be here. Oh, I'm really probably not supposed to be here. Okay.
Time to press ahead.
We got lost in the sewers, right? I mean, it happens. It happens. Excuse me. Hello, gents.
Hello? Hello
Sorry,
and all
madam.
that.
All right. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Where the hell am I going? I just need to keep going, gain an audience with... Oh, God, no. No, no, no. This is not good. That goes up. After all that flying? After all that bloody flying? After all that flying, I'm... Oh, well, that just sort of sucks. Is there no other entrance? Is there no other entrance? Yeah, that's going to take me up. I've been here. Alright. Nope. So... I just wasted all my flying and spells and everything for the day. Pit latrine. Apparently that's going to get me into trouble. Oh, well, just happy, happy, happy. All the happy, lots of joy. I don't want to go this way because I'm worried I'm going to activate something that I should be activating with Jaheira. I've changed that, haven't I? Okay, right, come on. It's just...
Oh, cursed to put my hands on everything.
I don't know why. There's just... I know this... Yeah, there was lots of fire out here. Never did figure out why. Alright, no, it looks like I will not necessarily... Huh? So... Whoa, whoa, I saw something briefly. Respawn. Lever. Can I mean, will this actually work? Target is too far. What about Astarion? Astarion's actually pretty good with a bow. Path is too far. Okay then. So. What about Mage Hand? Can Mage Hand go over there? Could Mage Hand get over there?
Is that blood? No, never mind.
I mean, I've got... Oh no. Those gloves are actually useless. I've got Mage Hand. I don't believe it can actually get over there. So... How the hell do I do that? I can't shoot it. Okay, well that sucks.
Don't waste a step.
Oh! Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. I keep forgetting about that. I need to move small amounts, tiny amounts, keep my eyes on them. They don't stop. How do I heal these? Can I heal these? Are these healable? Or did I just get...
All's well that ends...
You know what?
Yeah, not as bad as it could have.
Doesn't look like they were that useful anyway.
Oh, for a skeleton key.
Where... I mean, it's not a problem, but where's Shadowheart's cantrip? Okay.
No time to rest.
Where is Shadowheart? Really, 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 really,
Need to find a way forward.
See, no, I can't. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do this. Wow, I think I'd rather get killed by an explosion. Okay. All the way over here. Oh, can't get there. What do you mean can't get there? Oh, for God's sake. Just jump down with her, she'll catch up. Yeah, after taking damage. Why didn't they jump down? They didn't jump down because they aren't good enough? Strong enough? What the hell? Why? Why was that a thing with them?
Damn, it's good to be alive.
Well, she should be able to jump. Okay, she can jump all the way over there. That's not a problem. She can jump like that.
Let's get on with it.
Okay, no, you can jump. Why did you guys not bother jumping down? No, get down! Why didn't they jump
Road ahead.
in the first place? Okay, what's the dude doing? What is the dude doing? Dude, just... What is wrong with you people? I know it's a sewer, I know it's horrible, I know there's poison everywhere, but get with it. We've apparently got an entire sewer to go through to find where we need to be. Oh, no, I clicked on...
Let's move.
Closer!
Swift as my feet can carry me.
I still hate that. Clicking on the portraits... Not working all the time is just kind of frustrating. It is weird how I sometimes really feel like the interface is somewhat of a step backwards for Larian. The elemental is still stuck. Well, this must be riveting bloody viewing. As are Astarian zombies. What? No. Are they? No, they're there. They're there. They're his zombies. That don't do that to me, please. All right.
Can't give up now.
Now we can open the door. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to just glance around.
Light on my feet.
Where does that lead? That looks like it's leading outside. Don't need to go there right now. Cranium rat. We see, we know. Yeah, okay. Well, why can't I talk to him?
We see, we know.
That's not creepy and disturbing. Okay, then. Oh.
Wizard word. The sewer.
Whatever it's called, it's impressive.
Okay. Grease ball and grease method.
Did you go for a swim earlier?
Why did I stand up?
Don't know how to swim.
Why did I stand up?
Must have been some other oozing, stinking.
Oh, because we're spotted. Okay. But they didn't attack us.
How much farther
Oh,
can
get
I
out,
go?
get out of the grease.
Keep forgetting. What are we supposed to be doing?
All right, let's not stand in the grease.
troublemakers.
They can... Oh, God, they're gonna... You can't control where they go, can you? No. Unfortunately not. Alright.
What's the name of that river down there?
So...
Wizard called it the sewer.
The sewer, Wizard called it.
Whatever
These guys
it's
do not
called,
seem to
it's
care about us.
impressive. And it tastes great.
I sort of want to chat with them for some odd reason. I'm sure I can. Okay, well, they don't... You know what? They don't want to fight. I suppose I shouldn't go around picking one.
Path lies before.
Okay, so there is a ladder here. I'm curious where this comes up. Where's this? Bloombridge Park. Oh, really? We'd have been better off going down. Oh, no, we're not. Yeah. Okay. Fine. All right. Oh.
Wizard told us to watch for
There isn't a way through. There's not a way. There's not a bloody way. Oh, there might be here. We really are going to have to go the long way round. What is that? Oh, those are wings. Okay, well, nothing around here seems to really mind us. Hello. Pleased to meet you. Wow. I don't feel like we're getting closer to where we need to be. I feel like we're going... Or do I? Yeah, to be honest, maybe I am going in the right direction.
That might be worth a look.
Where? Ah. A loose stone. Got it. Starion?
Trust no one. It's real. Easy.
And now we get guidance. Gonna need it. Well, need it, but it's nice. Okay. So. This is probably where I should have come down. That would have got us in there
At least things have stayed interesting.
a lot sooner. And probably we might have been able to save the whatever they were, the refugees that were being attacked.
What's that?
What, another loose brick. Okay, so there's just a bunch of ways through there. And we had where was the first loose brick? There was a loose brick journal fragments. An excerpt torn from what appears to be a large journal. I need to get away from Alis for a while. We've been hiding down here for a while, and the dark is beginning to get to him. He keeps pushing his fire further and further into the tunnels, and he almost burned Bereki before I could get him out of the way. If those two can't keep their heads straight, then I have to. For all of us. Loose stone, there it is. Bronze ring? I'm going to keep that just in case. Right. And then there was another one over here. There. Painted key. Probably for the chest. Oh. Actually, you know
Keep your
what?
distance, darling.
I'm going to get the good gloves on so I don't forget them. I need to get
No
in the
one's stopped
habit
me yet.
of doing that.
Let's see. Can't slow down.
Caustic
That
brine.
water looks tainted. Better to avoid it.
Yeah. Very probably. Also not in the right direction, so... Another
Something over there. What's hiding here?
incomplete journal. A hastily scrawled journal entry, apparently the last in a series. Alice Berecki. Don't be mad if you find this, boys. I'm not trying to keep the treasure from you. We just ripped off Gortash. And if I know you two at all, you're going to spend it all in one spot and draw the bastard Archduke to be's notice. Before you protest, remember Tillich's Bakery years back? I'm doing my best to deny it all to the fist. And you two don't even bother to wash the cake from your gobs. So if you found this, that means I'm off doing my business in the tunnels. So put it back and pretend you never saw it like sweet little dears. And wipe your faces, Sarin. Who's Sarin? I know of her.
That might be worth a look.
Right. I guess we're continuing on in this direction. Undercity. Surely that is where I need to be, the Undercity.
We watch, we wait.
Okay. Yeah. Berecki. Voiceless penitent. Okay. Well, before we go and speak to him... Actually, no, you know what? Before I start unlocking random things, perhaps introducing ourselves is the correct thing to do.
I need a quick word.
The penitent looks at you silently, expectantly.
You're running a shop? He's running a shop? You're running a shop?
The penitent doesn't respond, holding your gaze almost unblinkingly with his.
Do you want to trade?
There is the slightest flicker of acknowledgement in his eyes.
Seriously? You want to trade? Not complaining. Not complaining. Add wares to offer. There you go. I think I also had another ring that I decided not to put as wares, but almost certainly is. That one. Right, what have you got? You have got Bone Spike Helmet. Fury in the marrow. When you rage, hostile creatures in a 3-meter radius must succeed in a wisdom saving throw or take 2 to 8 psychic damage. Your targets receive half damage on a save. Menacing attack, melee. Intimidation +2. I hate covering Karlach's face, but that seems a bit like a, oh my god, you've got to have this. Armor of Moon Basking. Very rare light armor. This is light armor, not clothes. Lunar Bestial Vitality. You gain 22 temporary hit points after casting Wild Shape. While those temporary hit points are active, reduce all incoming damage by 1. Lunar Bestial Fortitude. You have +2 to armor class. You have advantage on saving throws. I'm guessing this is a Jaheira thing? The effects persist while using Druid. I mean, this seems a bit like a no-brainer. Am I wrong? That seems like... I mean, I can't remember what I got for Jaheira. I definitely got something already. But this seems to be... fairly next level? She gets more armor class. Advantage on saving throws. And 22 temporary hit points right after she shapeshifts. Could be for Halcyon. I don't know. What's like... nightwear or something? I guess. But we haven't seen him for a while. He's off having fun somewhere. Okay, what can I sell to you? Valeria's Trunk Balm. I took all this stuff. I don't know why. Hraknir's Braces, which are kind of useless to me. But I don't like selling things with a name. Reviving Hands, also useless. Don't want to sell them. Helmet of Grit. I've only just bought that. Haven't I only just bought this stuff? I'm thinking this could be for Lae'zel. But I don't even know why. I mean, Deathbringer's Sight. You gain dark vision up to a range of 3 meter or 15 if you already have it. The number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. This effect... I mean, I was thinking maybe these for Lae'zel, perhaps? And I'm keeping hold of them just in case. But, yeah. I should really sell some of this crap. I just... Wait, what's that? What is that? I'm sorry, what is that exactly? It's a quarterstaff. Arcane enchantment. You gain +1 to spell save, DC, and attack rolls. Arcane vampirism. When the creatures affected by your spells fail any associated saving throws, you regain 1 to 4 health. Oh. Back in a few minutes, guys.
Welcome, minion.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to have to level up everyone again, probably. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nibbinim, I'm not running OBS in the background. OBS is running on the stream rig. The gaming rig is more or less untouched by the streaming process. That's just a crash. That's just a random, good old-fashioned, the game crash. Does Gopher undervolt his CPU? Nope. Not as far as I know. I've pretty much kept everything mostly default. Well, not default, but what you would call the recommended settings for this CPU and motherboard. I'm running the memory below maximum specifications because I have to. I don't know why. But for example, if my memory is rated for 72,000. Sorry, yeah. 7,200, excuse me. And when I choose the profile, when I use the XMP profile for that, it will crash on, oh God, what's it called? Cinebench? It will crash on that more or less immediately. On 6,800, it is stable, but I've dropped it to 6,400 with the settings. But then, I actually increased the voltage to the memory a fraction. Because the memory is rated up to 1.45, I think it was. And the XMP profile for the memory at 6,400 only uses 1.4. So I tweaked it up to something like 1.42 or something. I boosted it a tiny bit just so that it was getting more voltage than it needed in the memory. With the CPU, I'm pretty much leaving default, as it were. I'm letting the motherboard handle everything automatically. I've set it to respect all limits. So it's not doing any fancy things. It's not even auto overclocking. It's just respecting all limits, and it throttles at 100 degrees C. Do you have issues with crashes in other games as well? Starfield, couple of crashes, but a lot of people report that. Fallout London, occasional crashes, but nowhere near as many as most. And when I get crashes, I can replicate the crash. So for example, what happens is when I move from one cell to another in Fallout London, I can crash, and if I repeat it, I can crash again. What I actually have to do is move towards close to where the cell is, and then I hang around and do a bit of looting, and then I continue on, and it doesn't crash. So there is something wrong in Fallout London, switching between cells. None of this is the sign of a bad CPU. Cyberpunk, I could get the occasional crashes in Cyberpunk if I abused the dash mechanic. If I started to really dash all over the place like an absolute madman, I could occasionally crash it. I never crashed once in my main playthrough, though. In, 140 episodes worth of play, I never crashed once. It's only when I have a certain build that lets me zip around like a maniac, I can actually crash the game occasionally. But again, none of that would indicate CPU being the problem. Or the graphics card. These are the sort of crashes I get. Because they're predictable, again, in Cyberpunk, because I know it's when I do this one thing, it's very difficult to believe that that is a hardware problem. You know what I mean? If you've got a CPU that's running hotter than it should, or faster than it can, or the voltages are wrong, it'll crash randomly. Most of the crashes I get in games are relatively predictable. I run the Intel thingy. The D-Intel Frame. I updated my motherboard with the latest BIOS not that long ago in response to the whole undervolting problem that their CPUs have. Have I added BG3 to Vortex modding? Nope. Did you add the most recent hotfix? It appeared since your last. No. Is there another hotfix for the motherboard? All right. I will add the next hotfix to my BIOS. But again, the only two games I can think of where I've got crashes that are just what I would call random crashes have been Baldur's Gate 3. Divinity Original Sin 2 the other day, where I actually got a proper blue screen of death, which was worrying. And Starfield. Starfield I do get crashes, but not very many. Those are the ones I would call random. And again, whenever I look at the CPU in those moments, it's the CPU is not doing much. My CPU usually runs a very low amount. And to give you an idea of how stable it is, as soon as I refreshed the BIOS, I spent 2 days stress testing the thing. I left it overnight doing 4 run-throughs of MemTest 86. Now, it's recommended you get a professional version and let it run for 16 or something. But 4 full runs of MemTest 86 means that the memory's pretty damn stable. And I will leave Prime 95 on for 6-7 hours running. That's the CPU pounded for basically 6 or 7 hours at its max. No issues. So, generally speaking, you would think if I had a problem with the CPU or the memory, those programs would absolutely uncover it. I always run Cinebench as well and a few other benchmarks. So overall, I don't feel like the system is unstable. It's not always as simple as that, because sometimes it can be something getting used in a certain way that the stress tests don't do. That is possible. It could, of course, be a problem with the motherboard because of this CPU problem that's had. I don't honestly know. But as a general rule, I don't find I get that many crashes. The games I get, I had one crash on Divinity Original Sin 2, blue screen of death, and that was not that long ago, actually. Not that long ago. That's the only crash I've had in that game. And then Baldur's Gate. Is this my second crash? I think this is my second crash in a long, long time as well. Let's put this into perspective. 181 hours of play. And yeah, I'm going to have to redo everything. And again, another sign that it's not the CPU exactly is if you get a CPU error, it is possible that the program crashes, but it also tends to blue screen to death a bit more as well. But there you go. Somebody actually told me that I should run it. Was it with Vulkan or with Vulkan off? Maybe that was the problem. I'm running DirectX 11. Should I try Vulkan? Is Vulkan the better option? Let's try it, right? I mean, DX11 should be better IRC. I mean, what do you mean by better? Better performance or more stable? I don't think it's going to affect my performance in the slightest because I'm locking this game at 120. Again, 2 crashes like this is probably not something to get too alarmed about in 180 hours. Yeah, I mean, I'm using NVIDIA, so I'm wondering whether I should just call it the night and then do this off camera sometime. I feel like at this point, by the time we go through everything I went through, it's going to be bedtime. Oh, wow. No, that's horrible. That looks really choppy. Oh my god. And it... Oh, now it's settled. Now it's settled. But that was horrible. Vulcan works best when starting a new playthrough. Out of curiosity, why would that matter? I mean... Really, why? What? Oh my god. Oh! Does he use a different executable? Does it actually use a different executable? Could this be a virus checker thing? Could this be, you know, Windows security kind of thing that's just... It has another executable. All right, okay. So my virus checker's doing the thing that it should do then. Which is fine. Oh dear. Yeah, no, see, it's 10 to 11. I'm thinking I don't want a late night, you see. And I gotta go through all that just to get back to where I was. Is it me or is it taking a lot longer to load in? Oh no, the frame rate's horrible, guys. The frame rate is disgusting. Which is weird. Is there any way to turn on... Does this thing... Oh, has it settled again? No, it's set... Oh no, no, as soon as I turn, it's horrible. Oh my god, no, that's nasty. Is there any way to show FPS? Because I don't think my FPS counter is currently showing the correct amount at all. Huh. I mean, as you can see it, I'm not even using DLSS. I'm just letting it run the Steam overlay. See, this is the problem, right? I'm trying to use the NVIDIA overlay to get FPS up. Nothing's happening. Where's FPS on the Steam overlay? In-game FPS counter. Alright, let's put that on then, shall we? Just for the lols right now. Ah. Nope. Oh, maybe my FPS counter is working and I'm just getting... Okay, no, I think my FPS counter is actually working. It's reporting that. I don't know why it is that it feels... Like there, that feels horrible. Oh no, 46. No, my FPS counter's not dropped. It's not detecting that. Now look at it, 24, 25. That's god-awful. That is absolutely appalling. So, Vulcan? Not my friend. Yeah, so... Oh, wow. That was actually quite nasty. Why would it be that bad? I mean, I get it. Maybe it's better on AMD, but dropping to 24 frames a second? Mind you, I get things like that if you run G-Sync on Fallout 4 in certain modes. I can't remember which it is, if it's full screen or windowed mode. One of them. if you run G-Sync on in Fallout 4, it totally and utterly freaks out. Yeah, that's like 1,000 times better. I mean, you can just see that. 24 FPS is the maximum the human eye can see anyway. Yep. And 600 by 400 resolution. No human eye can see more than that. 16 colors, total max. If you have the patience, maybe on your own, try Vulcan on a new game. I honestly, Sonia, I'm having difficulty understanding why a save game would actually have issues unless for some reason the save game contains graphical information, shaders, etc. Which would be bloody awful programming. I'm not saying they didn't do that, but I gotta be honest, guys. I gotta be honest. It's 10 to 11. I gotta do all the leveling. I'll probably be able to do that quickly now. And then I gotta get all the way to the point and do all the looting I did and yada, yada, yada. And then it's gonna be like 11:30. And frankly, at that point, I don't want to be continuing on. So we're just gonna cover the same ground as we've already covered. Because it is actually getting a little bit late and I've had such a busy day. I cannot begin to tell you. I hope you get to run and trade with that man. What I'm thinking of doing is just sometime tomorrow or when I get a spare moment over the weekend, I'll repeat everything I just did. I'll repeat everything I just did and I'll do the trading and... Well, you got there faster than expected, did I? But yeah, then next time we play, I'll be at that trader. I'll have made the trades and we can just continue on from there rather than you watch me do the same thing. I could probably get everything done. Or I could probably skip several parts of it, let's face it. I could probably get it done in like 20 minutes and everything. But then we're already looking at 10 past, 11. And the idea of starting something new, because for all I know, we'll go onwards a tiny bit and I'll be dragged into a 1 hour long fight. And honestly, at the moment, I think I'd just rather go off and release today's video because today's video is horribly late. So I am sorry about this. Is Sunday Vroom Vroom Day? It is. Unfortunately, Sunday is the US Grand Prix. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, but I believe it's slap bang in stream time. So not going to be streaming on Sunday. So I'm afraid this week's been a bit of a bust, Baldur's Gate wise. Well, I say that. I'm just going to repeat what I've already done. So it's not like you'll be missing anything. So it was a bit of a... I need to do way more autosaving. Is there a mod that triggers autosaves every 5 or 10 minutes? Every time you finish a conversation? And it, I mean, because I might want to start thinking about actual mods. And if so, should I not use Vortex? Because some people were like suggesting, oh, if you do Vortex, it screws up some files. Is that confirmed? Or what should I use as a mod manager? Should I just use the game itself? And if so, does that mean I don't use mods that are on Nexus? Autosave options in the settings. Get away. Use F5. Right, but I have to remember to do that and get in the habit of doing it. And I'm not, you guys know, I am not one of nature's, save every 2 minutes kind of people. Vortex has more invasive mods. The in-game ones are kind of stability tested. So from Baldur's Gate, I can actually view mods that have been uploaded to Larian servers and use them directly. Is that what you're saying? You know that old saying, you can't teach an old gopher new tricks? Want to bet? Oh, you mean to use F5? Ah, that is not a habit I want to get into. Imagine if I just start doing that in my Let's Plays. Just getting the habit of tapping. Mind you, I can't tap F5. Because I don't have function keys on this. I've got 60% keyboard. So I have to press function 5. And that's a hell of a... So I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that instinctively anyway. Okay, I'm looking at the settings, guys, and it says autosaves, maximum number of autosaves. That's not really what we need, is it? I mean, don't get me wrong. I can very, very easily set up an F5 button on one of my Stream Decks. And of course, this is a programmable keyboard, so I could get F5 anywhere I bloody wanted. But I don't want to get into that kind of habit. I'd rather have more useful autosaves. I mean, say what you like about Bethesda games, they do actually autosave at convenient points. Usually when you go in and out of a building, and you can set it up so it does it like every 10 minutes if you open your Pip-Boy. And this means if you do have an awful crash, the chances are you're not going to lose too much. And you don't have to think about it. So... You've been modding with the Larian setup, Sonia. Is things like the camera mod and some better inventory mods part and parcel of that? Or do I have to use Nexus mods for that? Nexus mods 5899 smart autosaving. I'm guessing I'm going to have to use a mod manager for that, or can I use Larian's own mod manager through to... I'll have a look at it. I'll figure it out myself. If I can't figure it out myself, I probably should retire. The camera mod isn't on the official mod thing, annoyingly enough. So you'd have to install that either manually or via a mod manager. I'm always reluctant to do things manually. You can use Vortex. I'll be able to figure it out. And if I break something, I should be able to fix it. I think they recommend Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager. Well, of course they do. If you ask Bethesda, they probably recommend their own in-game mod manager. Do you believe them? I mean, really? I mean, but I'm like that. I'm like that with mods that come with installers. We recommend using an installer. And I'm like, that's nice. Get your installer off my bloody load order. I'm very, very, I would say I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to how mods get installed on my game. I like to be able to control it myself. I know some people want point, click, and forget, but I don't like that because I point, click, and then worry that something's not quite right, or that I'll forget I installed it, or that I'll uninstall it incorrectly. The whole forget part of that, click and forget, I've never mastered that side, I'm afraid. Thing is, there's Nexus, BG3MM, and in-game modding. Better not mix too much. I will take your word for it. Most recent the most recent game hotfix was for modding, crashes, etc. Oh! Surely I will have got the latest hotfix, though. Doesn't it automatically do that when you boot it? Or is it like in a beta status or something? Ah, hotfix 28 is on its way. So, all right. Click the link above. believe it or not, I'm looking at the comment, Chasing the Echoes, on a machine that I don't want to click the link on. The link you're showing is what I would like to click on my gaming rig. So. Hotfix 28 came yesterday. It did? All right, so I should already have that then. I should already have that because the game automatically updates, I believe. Therefore, it crashed anyway. Yeah, the Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager, if I want to click on the link and download it, I want to download it to my thing. Here's the thing. I'll be able to find it. Luckily, Google is a thing. I know sometimes I seem like an incompetent old man. And very often I will just say, can someone tell me this? Like ask you to Google it. But that's usually because I've got too many things open and I don't want to disturb my workflow. But I can actually Google things, so don't worry. I'll get it sorted. I will get it sorted. You behave, Snake Doctor. I saw that. I saw that. If you had BG3 set to auto-update, you should have it. I don't think you can, in Steam, I don't think you can set it to never update. It's always update when run. So unless I'm mistaken... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, no, it has. It's updated, I think. Because unless I am mistaken, as soon as you boot the game, if there's an update needed, it does it. It's kind of one of the more annoying things about Steam. The in-game one is about as good as the Steam Workshop Manager. They're bad. That is only making the app file non-writable. Right, yeah. So. Anyway, ladies and gents, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take advantage of this. Get that video sorted. Get it released. So at least I'm releasing it on the right day. My time. So there's a video about to be released on the main channel. There is, in fact, a video about to be released. Hopefully it will make up for the total failure of a stream. Although, again, from your perspective, when we return, I will be where we were when we crashed. So I guess, you know, hey, there you go. Didn't really do much other than run around a bloody sewers, get lost, and almost do some trading. Ay. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Again, apologies. I will see you in a week's time for more of this. Let's hope I remember what went on. Good night, guys.